everybody, Lawman Mike. That's www.lawmanguitars.com. I've got a really cool guitar for you today. What we have is a 1951 Epiphone Century. Yes, it's 1 year older than me. Don't usually get guitars that are older than me because I'm pretty old, but I'll tell you what, this is one really well-preserved, excellent guitar. Now, what is a Century? Centuries were made by Epiphone as early as 1939, all the way through 1970, and of course then they started doing reissues and things like that in the 90s. But the real Centuries were made way back in the 30s. They stopped making them in the 70s. This one was kind of right in the middle at 1951. Now what they did is they took a Gibson ES 125 and made it into this guitar. I mean, it's basically a 125 or a 150, depending upon how early they were. And they put a different pickup in it. And then from there, they're pretty much a Gibson guitar. They used a Gibson bridge on it tailpiece, and they use some different knobs. These knobs are really cool. I hadn't seen anything quite like them. They're Cutaway, and they're just really neat. They got this little pointy thing on them, and they're really cool. But then they've got this really neat, it's basically just a single coil pickup that's set between some more Cutaway. They called it a New York pickup, and it really sounds neat. Boy, it's a sweet guitar. So anyway, this guitar is absolutely original. Now, let's talk about some special things. First of all, it's got the original tuners. It's got the original logo plate, which is metal. They started redoing these in the 2000s, I know, with this metal plate. That's original. The only thing I could find that I thought probably wasn't original was this strap button on here, which could always be replaced. But it's even got the original pickguard on here, which I tell you, it's very thick and very pliable. When I got it, it was just all kind of melted around, and we put some heat to it and got it back on the guitar, and it seems to be holding pretty well. But it's a very unusual product, but it has the Epiphone E glued right onto it, and it kind of bends a little bit, but it looks really cool, and it's pliable, so you're probably going to want to keep it on the guitar and keep it out of the sun, okay? It came with this original strap. I'm including this with the guitar, and it's just an awesome guitar that plays like butter. I got to tell you, these original frets on here, the guitar has been played, you can tell, but it was very well taken care of. There's plenty of life left in the original frets. The original nut's still on it, and it's just absolutely a pleasure to play. It's got some finish crazing on it throughout the guitar, and I absolutely love it. This is an absolutely beautiful jazz guitar, but you could play rockabilly with it, you could play blues with it. Anything you want to play, this guitar's got it, because they didn't have 15 guitars to play back in the day. They played their guitar. Now, having the guitar is cool enough, but I got to tell you, look at this case. As you know, we love having original cases with our guitars, and this case is original to that guitar. Now, it's got sort of a Gibson, sort of an alligator, lizard, snake-looking Tolex on it. I hope our pictures can pick it up. But it's in fantastic shape. Even the side binding is in good shape. It's all there. The hinges, the leather hinge on the back, the latches. The only thing that wasn't original on it is this handle, which probably broke off sometime, and someone very cleverly made this leather handle with these little brackets on here. And I got to tell you, it was someone who knew what they were doing. The handle is much better than the original ever would have been, and plus it looks really cool. But inside, the case is actually in still very nice shape. I can tell it was made for the guitar because it's got the Gibson brown plush in it. It still has the accessory box. The lid was flopping around in there, so I reattached it with some duct tape. Everyone's used to seeing that. But everything is holding together. It holds the guitar in perfect shape. It's designed for the guitar. It's thick enough for the guitar, and it's beautiful. So not only do you get a fantastic 1951 very rare Epiphone Century, but you get this really cool case to go with it. And for those of you that are in the know for these old guitars, having the original case increases the value a lot. So we always try to have the original cases with our guitars. If you're going to play this guitar professionally, stick this case under the bed and get yourself a gig bag or a hard shell case and travel with that. You don't want to travel with this case. Keep it as nice as it is today. So you get this awesome Century guitar from 1951, the case. We have all kinds of really cool guitars in our site. You can go either to www.lawmanguitars.com, or you could also just go directly to reverb.com, which is where we have all our inventory now. Reverb is fantastic. Those of you who have not gotten in touch with reverb.com yet, run, don't walk to your nearest computer and put in reverb.com and check them out. They're fantastic people. They're from Chicago. They own Chicago Music Exchange. They're just as nice to me as they are to my customers. They're fantastic people. I'm one of their original sellers on their site, and they're just great. So get to Lawman Guitars at reverb.com. You can see all 150, 160 guitars that we've got in there at any one time, and check them all out. If they're not old and cool, they're just plain cool. So check them all out at lawmanguitars.com. Thanks a lot for watching today.